Hello, in this video I want to show you the camera tricks on HUAWEI Pura 80 Pro. Alright, let's open up our camera, and in here I'll show you, in my opinion, the most interesting features that we have. When it comes to the maximum zoom level possible on our HUAWEI, it's 100x. That's pretty big zoom, to be honest, but I think that no of us needs such a big zoom level. But here it is. On the top left corner we have the Master AI photo. Basically it boosts the quality a little of our photo. Some people like that effect, some people don't, so it's up to you, do you want to use it or not. And next to it we have the moving picture. You can click on the information button if you don't know how it works. Photos taken in this mode can be played in gallery by touching and holding the photo. So it's like a really short video. It works in the best way when the object is moving, for example. That's when it will work in the best way. If you click on that button, you can select some filters for your photo. Down below, you can also change the aspect ratio, enable or disable this Master AI and the moving pictures. In here we also have the filters. As you take a look from that list, we can enable or disable the Assistive grid. It's pretty useful because thanks to that now we have that grid on the screen. We can position our camera in the best way before we take a picture. So let's say that I want to take a picture of this plant that's in front of me. And now, thanks to that I have the Assistive grid, I know that exactly right now it's in the middle, so that's the moment when I should take the photo. So the Assistive grid is a really useful thing. If you click on that icon, you'll be able to scan the QR codes and also even translate the text. In here, I highly recommend selecting the auto detect and on the right side, select the language that you want to translate into. So for example, you can select French, Russian, Italian, German, any language from that list. Let me show you how it works, because I have my some text next to me that I can translate, so let's do it. I have my stream deck next to me, so I'll try to translate the text, for example, into Italian. I will take a picture. Okay. You can see that everything has been successfully translated. You can copy that translation also if you click on that button in the middle. Alright, next thing. We have, for example, the night mode, which is, the best for taking photos at night. Pretty useful when it's dark outside. Also, when you are in the normal photo mode, when you tap on the screen, you can, of course, gain some focus. But if you slide to the upside or to the downside, you can change the exposure level. It is pretty useful in many situations. For example, when it's really dark outside, in the area that you are taking a picture, you can manually increase that exposure level a little bit so the photo won't be that dark. It works, of course, in the opposite situation when it's really bright outside. When the environment is really bright, you can manually decrease the exposure a little before taking a photo for the best result. Alright, next to it we have the Pro mode. It's also one of my favorite modes because it allows us to almost change anything before taking a photo. Above we can enable the focus assist light, and down below we have things such as ISO, saturation, exposure value, autofocus, white balance. If you don't know how all of those features work, you can click the information button and here you can read how everything works. I really recommend to try the Pro mode for yourself. We also have the photo formats. We have the RAW, JPG-L and JPG. You can see how you can see the differences currently on the screen. So the RAW will capture the uncompressed images for more flexible editing and post-processing. The next mode, capture images at the highest resolution and sharpness, and normal JPG, capture images as the default resolution to save storage space, good for general use. And now to change those things, such as for example the white balance, all you need to do is to click on that, and in here you have a few modes that you can select. You can see now on the screen how colors are changing. For example, in here we have the saturation that we can manually select. Same thing with the ISO, for example. If you want to select the automatic values, simply click on the A icon and everything will be restored into default values. If you click on more, in here we can also find some cool modes. For example, the slow motion. I'm sure that all of you know how the slow motion mode works. It allows us to simply record a slow video. Above you can select the current frame rate. The maximum value is 960 FPS, so it's really big, and the resolution possible. We only have one resolution, 1080p. In the middle, you can enable or disable the motion detection. In here also we have the information button, how it looks like. You can also manually change the speed instead of clicking right in here. Simply tap in here and you can select the FPS right in here. Alright. When it comes to other modes, we have, for example, the documents. It's also one of my favorites. Let me show you how this mode works. So, for example, let's try to take a picture of this pad. You can see that the object has been identified and we have this edges around it, this rectangle. And now when I'll take a photo, you can see that everything that was around has been deleted, and now our that wasn't a document, but if it would be everything except the document has been cut from this photo, so we don't have this white table around it. Everything has been successfully copied, so now our document would be in the full screen. So it's really cool thing. Maybe let's try with something else, so I'll be able to show you that better, because you know that's dark and we barely see anything. So maybe let's take a picture of that. It doesn't want to be analyzed properly. Okay, now, no, not in that way. Maybe it's too bright. Maybe I'll place it just like that. And now I will take a picture. No, I don't want it like that. Okay, now, and now it worked just like it should. So, you know, the rest, the other place has been deleted. I'm talking about the table that was around, and everything has been perfectly cut and saved. So that's how this mode works. Pretty useful. I highly recommend trying it on your own. Next thing is the high resolution. This mode is best for taking pictures, because in here we have the maximum resolution, but you need to be aware that in this mode we cannot use other zoom levels than those that are currently on the screen. So you only have the wide mode, 1x and the 4x. It's impossible to change that. Another cool thing is, for example, the dual view mode. It allows us to record a video from both cameras at the same time, from the front camera and also from the rear camera. Pretty useful thing, for example, for vlogging. I really like that mode. But for now, let's open up settings in here on the top right corner, and we have other cool things. For example, capture smiles. Automatically take photos when people smile. Pretty useful thing. We can enable that. We can also enhance our images, capture 25 megapixel images in photo mode. Images might take slightly longer to process at this resolution. Also worth enabling, but everything is up to you, of course. Down below, we can select our video resolution. You can see that 16:9 and 1080p is recommended, and we can also change the frame rate. Down below, we have that assistive grid that I was showing you before. We can also select a timer. So when I'll select 5 seconds, for example, when I'll click the shutter button, the timer will appear, the clock will start, and before the photo will be taken, it needs to the 5 seconds needs to pass. All right, we also have the ultra snapshot. It's like a shortcut for that we can select. So double press volume down when screen is off, and currently the camera should launch. That's pretty cool shortcut. Let me show you how it works. So let's turn off our screen. Let's double tap the volume down, and you can see that the camera app launched immediately. And we also have the floating shutter, add a movable shutter button for extra convenience. That is also pretty useful. It appeared right in here. We can of course change its position anywhere that we want. Let's say that it might be, for some people of course, a little uncomfortable to place phone like that and click right in here. Or for example, when you are taking photos using one hand, you can add that shutter button, place it anywhere that you want, so it will be more comfortable for taking photos. For example, we can place it right in here, and the photo is taken. Pretty cool thing. Alright, and that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment and subscribe.